The clock on your wall is a liar, but your pulse knows the truth. It is 3 a.m., the hour of the wolf. While you pretend to slumber, a silent mutiny is staged within your marrow. This is not mere insomnia, it is an evolutionary debt coming due. Your body, that fragile vessel of leaking ink and porous bone, is currently undergoing a systemic withdrawal. The neurochemical scaffolding that supports your sanity during the day is being stripped away by a pitiless biological tide. You are currently at your most vulnerable, stripped of the hormonal armor that usually shields you from the crushing weight of existence. As the ink-stained shadows lengthen, your brain begins to fabricate terrors to fill the void. Your heart flutters, not from a ghost in the room, but from the glitch in your own cooling machinery. Welcome to the dissection of your midnight betrayal. The sun is a distant myth, and your biology knows it. We begin the dissection of your circadian failure at the nadir of your existence. While you fancy yourself a creature of intellect, you are merely a slave to a primitive internal clock, a grinding, rusted mechanism of protein and light-sensitive rot. At 3 a.m., your core temperature has plunged to its lowest point, a physiological dress rehearsal for the rigor mortis that awaits you. This is the thermal basement of your life. The metabolic furnace has flickered out, leaving your organs to shiver in a cold, chemical twilight. Your endocrine system is currently a barren wasteland. The melatonin that ushered you into sleep is decaying, yet the cortisol required to face the coming light is nowhere to be found. You are caught in the biological gap, a period of profound hormonal bankruptcy. In this void, your brain's prefrontal cortex, the supposed seat of your reason, goes offline, leaving the amygdala to scream into the silence. Your pathetic insecurities are not thoughts, they are the secretions of a starving mind gnawing on its own tail. You are not contemplating your life, you are witnessing the leakage of your own sanity through the porous membrane of a failing neurochemistry. Consider the heart. In these pre-dawn hours, the sympathetic nervous system is twitching like a galvanized corpse. The blood thickens, the vessels constrict, and the risk of sudden cardiac arrest climbs with every tick of the clock. This is when the veil is thinnest, not between worlds, but between your survival and your inherent structural flaws. Your lungs labor against an invisible weight, a biological debt that must be paid in gasps and cold sweats. The hour of the wolf is simply the time when your body stops lying to you about its permanence. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated corrosion, where the ink of your identity begins to run and smear across the parchment of your bedsheets. The silence of 3 a.m. is not an absence of sound, but a presence of failure. While you lie paralyzed, your adrenal glands, those two shriveled, yellowish walnuts of spite perched atop your kidneys, begin to leak. This is the adrenal ghost, a phantom surge of catecholamines intended for a predator that went extinct 10,000 years ago. In the absence of a saber-toothed tiger, your biology turns inward, hunting itself. Your heart, already sluggish from the circadian dip, is suddenly lashed by a chemical whip. It stutters, it races, it groans under the weight of an unearned panic. You are experiencing the physiological equivalent of a scream, muffled by the heavy blankets of your own cowardice. This is the evolutionary debt of the survivor. Your ancestors stayed awake at this hour to avoid being eaten. Now, you stay awake because your DNA cannot distinguish between a shadow on the wall and a killing blow. The glucose in your blood spikes, prepared for a sprint that will never happen, leaving your tissues to pickle in a sugary, anxious brine. Your hands tremble, a micro-rebellion of the motor cortex against a phantom threat. It is a glitch in the wetware, a corrosive reminder that your modern mind is merely a thin, ink-stained veneer stretched over a howling, primitive animal. Observe the pupils in the mirror, if you dare to rise. They are blown wide, drinking in the darkness as if it were wine. The body is ready for war, but the room is empty. This disconnect creates a psychic friction, a grinding of the gears that wears down the very soul. Your thoughts become jagged, stippled with the ink of old regrets and fresh terrors, because the brain must find a reason for the panic the body has already chosen. You are not worried about your finances or your failures, you are simply responding to a chemical spill in the basement of your skull. The adrenal ghost is the ultimate unreliable narrator, writing a tragedy on the parchment of your nerves with a quill made of pure, distilled dread. Welcome to the demolition of your ego. By 3:15 a.m., the glymphatic system, the cerebral plumbing responsible for rinsing the metabolic filth from your brain, is struggling against the tide of your own waking consciousness. Because you are awake, the brainwash cannot complete. Your neurons are currently marinating in their own waste, a toxic soup of adenosine and fractured proteins. The delicate myelin sheets that insulate your thoughts are fraying like cheap Victorian lace. You are witnessing the corrosion of the self. The prefrontal cortex, that expensive piece of evolutionary hardware you use to justify your existence, has effectively surrendered. In its absence, the unreliable narrator takes the podium. This is why your 3 a.m. thoughts feel profound yet utterly catastrophic. You are incapable of logic because the biological machinery required for it has been powered down to save the core. Your memories are not being retrieved, they are being hallucinated. Old shames are exhumed from the porous parchment of your hippocampus and reanimated with a stippled, ink-black intensity. Every minute you remain awake in this hour, a micro-rebellion occurs within your synapses. The brain begins to microsleep in patches, leading to the sensory glitches you mistake for ghosts. Your perception of time stretches and warps, seconds become leaden, while hours vanish into the ink blot of your despair. You are no longer a coherent entity, you are a collection of anatomical failures pretending to be a person. The cognitive decay is not a side effect, it is the inevitable result of a biological lie that has finally been exposed by the ticking of a cold, indifferent clock. You are a ghost inhabiting a machine that is currently being dismantled by its own maintenance crew. Observe the specimen in its natural habitat, hunched, illuminated by the cold, blue phosphor of a handheld glass slab. This is the clinical profile of compulsion. At 3:30 a.m., you are no longer a sovereign being, you are a biological puppet twitching on threads of dopamine and desperation. Your brain, starving for the resolution it will never find, enters a loop of seeking behavior. This is a micro-rebellion of the basal ganglia against the higher self. You are currently a slave to the variable ratio schedule, a slot machine of the soul where the jackpot is merely another minute of distraction from the creeping realization of your own mortality. The compulsion is not a choice, it is a chemical cage. The blue light emitted by your device acts as a molecular toxin, a counterfeit sun that suppresses the last remnants of your pineal secretions. It tricks the suprachiasmatic nucleus into a state of permanent, vibrating alarm. Your thumb, that opposable marvel of evolution, is reduced to a mindless piston, scrolling through a digital graveyard of stippled ink and fractured noise. You are searching for a reason for your dread, but the dread is the reason for your search. It is a closed circuit of anatomical failure. We see the physiological toll on this specimen's stare. The blink rate has plummeted, leaving the corneas to desiccate like forgotten parchment. The neck, a fragile column of vertebrae, is bowed under the weight of a 10-pound skull, straining the trapezius into a state of chronic, cross-hatched agony. Your very posture is a testament to your surrender. This is the compulsion to exist while the body begs to cease. You are doom scrolling not to stay informed, but to ensure you are not alone in the void. It is a ritual of the dying, a pathetic attempt to stave off the silence of the hour of the wolf with the digital screams of a billion other failing machines. The diagnosis is clear: you are addicted to the very corrosion that is killing you. The sun begins its ascent, but do not mistake the light for a reprieve. It is merely the illumination of your ruins. We have dissected the hour of the wolf and found nothing but the cold, wet clockwork of a failing species. Your survival through this night was not a triumph of will, it was a stay of execution granted by a biological machine that doesn't even know you exist. The neurochemical tide recedes, leaving the stippled ink of your anxieties to dry and crust upon the parchment of your consciousness. You will wash your face, drink your stimulants, and put on the mask of a functional entity, but the corrosion remains beneath the surface. This is the evolutionary debt that never truly clears. You are a collection of glitches and micro-rebellions, a biological lie told by a genome desperate to perpetuate its own rot. Your pulse, now steadying, is a metronome counting down to the final mechanical failure. The self you reclaimed at dawn is an unreliable narrator, already rewriting the night's terrors into just a bad dream. But the specimen jars in the basement of your mind are full, and the ink never truly fades. You are merely waiting for the clock to strike 3 once more, for the wolf to return to the door of your ribcage. The lecture concludes, but the observation continues. If you find value in this clinical flaying of our shared decay, ensure you engrave your mark upon our digital records. Let your like be a stamp of approval on this death warrant. Subscribe to our cabinet of curiosities, lest you find yourself alone when the next biological mutiny begins. We invite you to bleed your thoughts into the comments below, adding your own ink-stained notes to our growing clinical archive. The coil remains wound, the ink remains wet, and the wolf is never truly satiated. Until the next dissection, remain aware of the ticking in your own marrow,